Right, hello, so I thought I'd just stream some ARMA free this evening. I found a pretty good mod that's basically a Tiberian Sun mod where you get both NOD and GDI units. So I've got it running in this warfare mode. So I got two guys in or just one guy attack buggy there, can't tell. Right, I'm just going to order everything over to down here and then I've got a NOD buggy at the moment, so they're pretty dacre in this mod because they've got essentially like quad auto cannons on the roof. So not quite a shilker, but that sort of thing. So we haven't found where the GDI base is yet, but we've got control over a lot of the areas on the sort of east side of the map where our base is. What number is the driver in my one? Is that 8? Looks like my team there, if they're my teammates, are going to take that zone pretty soon. But I would assume the GDI base is going to be southwest, most likely. But yeah, hopefully we'll get some people on and it notifies people I'm actually on. Right, Rajiv? Just as I was saying, I wonder if anybody was coming on. So I've got a Command and Conquer mod installed now for ARMA free, where you get the GDI and NOD troops from Tiberian Sun. So I was playing about that, which is quite fun, because obviously it's a lot more sort of science fiction-y and overpowered than normal ARMA free. This driver likes to swivel it a bit, doesn't he, rather than just driving straight, so I'll take over the driving seat for a minute. As soon as I can put better speed on it. These NOD buggies are actually pretty hard to flip, but I've had the AI, I think, flip one, and I've flipped one so far. So, because they're quite expensive, I don't want to flip them, but on road they seem pretty good. Off-road they're alright, as long as you're not on a really steep thing. Like, I think they're most vulnerable to flipping when there's like lots of little rocks where they sort of, you know, go up, one wheel goes over it monster truck style, but the other wheel doesn't. Anyway, let's test it going up this mountain. Yeah, the speed going up here is way better than the vehicles getting ARMA 2 trying to slowly drive the vehicles up here. Sort of very centre really of the map now, and I go into the south. This is a bit of the map I can really remember for some reason. I don't know if it's just in ARMA 2, it tends to always be the focal point of where stuff happens. Don't know, yeah, the NOD buggies have been in all the Command and Conquers. In the really old Command and Conquer, the one from like 1995, they look more like sort of dune buggy sort of style. Oh shit. Come on, roll back over. Yes. But yeah, so in the original Command and Conquer, they look more like standard dune buggies. in and sort of, you know, like the beach buggy kind of designs. In Tiberian Sun, which is set more into the future from the original Command and Conquer, yeah, everything looks a lot more sci-fi. But yeah, I can see what you mean by the Batmobiles look in the Dark Knight. Again, I haven't seen Last Crusade in that long to recognise if it's a real German tank or not. Alright, my gunner might have something to do in a moment, because I just heard some gunshots. Oh, that's not a good noise. That was a homing missile, I think, that got me there, like a javelin sort of thing, rather than, Is my guy somehow still alive? I don't know how he managed that. He's apparently not completely dead. Yeah, what the hell hit me there? Like a stinger, or not stinger, javelin, kind of like homing missile. I have no clue where the operator is either. Oh, it's probably that, the Hilux with a Metis on it, because I think the Metis is like a fire-by-wire thing. Oh, GDI engineers, I found some GDI troops then. So we're, there was my, gunner. Yeah, well, like I said, when I'm back from holiday, I'll probably be in the mood for watching something like Indiana Jones, with Germans getting punched in the face, or Nazis getting punched in the face. Oh, I'm getting a lot of frame rate, taking a massive hit there. But yeah, so I'll probably be in quite the mood for Nazis getting punched from back from Germany. Like I said, because I'm doing a thing about the Third Reich in Germany. I'm not saying modern Germans are Nazis, because I know people obviously misconstrued stuff like that on purpose. But yeah, like I said, then I'll get the Indiana Jones games as well. Right, so where are the GDI guys? It says there's some near the airfield. Oh, is that one over there? Yeah. There's another one. I hope you're not buying it from Myra, otherwise, Kyle, it's not, because it's not a very good mask, full stop, and over here you can get them for maybe £50, sort of $70. And the other thing is, with Myra, are you really getting a brand new one that's got 20-year shelf life on it? Or is it a case of we've got one from like 2007, so technically it runs out in 2 years' time? That's the problem again. I don't know if Myra do sell actually properly up-to-date stuff or not. But like we've all said, Myra, even if that's on sale, that's still more than they actually cost. So no, because they're not great masks. The modern Czech ones are just very meh. Like I said, there's better masks you can buy on AliExpress. I know they don't really ship to America at the moment. But my point is that, you know, for $50 or whatever, you could actually get a high quality Chinese mask, as opposed to a mediocre Czech one being upsold for loads of money. Ah, that's cool, Saint. That reminds me, I need to do a video on the flashlight. I'll probably do it tomorrow. Because I got one that's quite cool. That it has like a swiveling head on it, so you can either use it as an owl torch or a standard flashlight. And it's got like a low, like, you know, one of those really dim moonlight modes on it, or whatever they call it, and a red flashlight mode with a separate LED. So that's pretty cool. So I need to do a video on that. Probably take that one on holiday, but it's yeah, like obviously it's got the really, really bright sort of mode on it, which I think drains the battery really fast, and it gives off shitloads of heat as well. Where's oh. Hello. With his little Pashton hat on. Yeah, you're right, Rich, but yeah. Germany, Saint, I am off to Deutschland to do a thing on the history of the rise and fall of the Third Reich. So I'll have to be on my best behaviour and not make any silly comments about the Austrian painter. Because I believe that is illegal in Germany to do the funny salute. I was thinking about it, Rajiv, personally me, but I was thinking again, stuff like that, I'm not going to bother ordering till I get back from holiday, because I don't want to risk something being delayed and then coming when I'm not here. Even though my mum's still going to be around while I'm on holiday. No, I don't think I have. You'll have to remind me, though, not on one of these streams, because when I'm doing these, there's no way for me to look them up. Right, if any of my other guys are still alive, can they get to the airfield, please, and give me a hand? Oh, great, look, they're really far away still. Some of them still sat in our fucking HQ. Oh, yeah, that's because number 6 and 7 were the ones that were meant to be getting in the vehicles and didn't. Right, once that... So that's got 9 and 5 in, so they can finally come over. So that Dushkin, that's the one I knocked over, wasn't it, with my vehicle? Switzerland would be nice, but I think it's very expensive, isn't it? But the Switzerland's cool because you can do shooting over there because of how pro-gun they are in Switzerland. Oh, is that an artillery piece over there? There's nobody alive on it. I'm going to go have a look at that artillery gun. So anyway, I'm going to assume GDI is somewhere in the west of the map. Probably to the west over here. I reckon they're going to be there somewhere, seeing as I ran into a couple of GDI troops the first time on this airfield. So they're probably coming from like the southwest of the map, and this is them probably probing east. That is an artillery gun. Oh, hello. Where am I getting shot at from? Oh, probably that Hilux up there. Maybe. Apparently it's up there. I can't see shit. Well, it depends how it's been surplused or whatever, because some military surplus, when it's surplus in inverted commas, is literally just stuff that is basically, you know, like extra supply they didn't end up using or whatever. So quite often you get stuff that's surplus that's not even issued. You know, it's like brand new in the bags in shrink wrap kind of stuff because of oversupply, you know, or like where stuff's bought in and then after a couple of years they have to rotate it out of use. 2 gunners seat. Okay. Does this have an artillery computer on this thing? It says D30 is a giant old, like, Soviet artillery gun. Well, I suppose I could aim in that rough direction where that Toyota was shooting at me apparently. But it's not on my map anymore. Right, let's just put a marker down and aim for the marker. So that is 0 this up 600 meters. Aim about there, see what happens. That seemed to work. I can hear the explosions going off, but I can't really see them. It's not a very dramatic explosion though, unless the wall falling down is the initial bit. If I shoot it somewhere I can see it. I can't see anything going boom. Is there any other warheads? Let's load HE, not high explosive anti-tank, let's load frags. Oh, I can actually see an explosion from that one, good. But I don't actually see any particular people anymore. Yeah, so, and you talk to them and they're like, yeah, we have lovely art and museums and architecture and we like our culture. And you nod, but all you're really thinking in your head is Hitler, Hitler. Is that sort of how it goes, Roger? How far away are my buggies? 6.6 kilometers. Anything worth blowing up while I'm here with this gun? Oh, I hear shooting. I hear shooting. But nothing to see. No. There's an out. So I'm going to blow myself up. And maybe I can take their gun out with me. So aim as low as possible. And that done it. It hasn't killed me. Oh yeah, it's knocked the gun out. Look, 140. It didn't hurt me at all for some reason, but I got the 140 for destroying Mohammed's gun there. So there we go. And yeah, why is the frame rate so bad on this airfield? That grenade didn't hurt me for some stupid reason. Alright, I'll just click respawn. Do you really want to respawn? Yes. Oh, I guess then I didn't know that was a two voice. And your lord, but you're really thinking in your head is Hitler, Hitler. No, the Allied stuff wouldn't interest me at all. Right, oh, can I afford any air vehicles yet? Because I've got 32 grand apparently. Aircraft factory. So what the Nod aircraft? Nod Banshee and Nod Harpy. The Harpy's half the price, so let's buy that one. Banshee. Again, they look a bit like the aircraft, the GDI ones, the Orcas, but maybe they're a bit different. I want to buy a manned one in case I can't see where it spawns. I'm still going to order all my guys there to keep going for that airfield. Oh, is that it making that nice noise? Although it's not spawned in yet. Is that something completely different? Oh, there's something there. Oh, that's a Nod Banshee, but obviously that's an AI one that's flying along. Right. So I didn't buy a Banshee, did I? I bought the other one. Yeah, screaming ghost. Literally a screaming ghost. Banshees are the things in Halo as well, aren't they? The Covenant little gunship things, like fighters. Those are Banshees. Nod attack cycle, that's the little missile bikes they have. Right, just waiting for my vehicle to spawn in. Oh yes, now start building Nod Harpy. I guess the Banshee was in the production queue or whatever. I think the Nod ARMA looks really cool. You'll have Michael Biehn as their Michael Biehn or Michael Biehn, however his name's pronounced, as their leader in Tiberian Sun. And it's James Earl Jones, I think, is the GDI guy in Tiberian Sun. But sadly, Tiberian Sun, even with the more recent re-releases of it, has still been one that keeps crashing on my PC because it, you know, doesn't really like not running on 98 or XP. So it's one of those old, you know, games where good luck playing it without loads and loads of issues on modern PCs. Right. Well, they've lost the airfield. I suppose I was the only one over there. Your Nod Harpy has arrived. Right, cool, where is it? Oh, there it is. Oh, so the Nod Harpy is actually, so their pictures are just stand-in pictures. So the Nod Harpy is the Apache then. Because in the first Command & Conquer, Nod just had Apaches as their helicopter. Or I suppose it looks a little bit different than Apache, a bit more like slightly futuristic. But yeah, in the original Command & Conquer, Nod had Apaches and, what do you call it, the, if I go to the gunner's seat, can I, yeah, you can take controls, so that's good, so you can, that's alright, I'll go to the pilot's seat and hope my gunner's useful. But yeah, but like I said, Tiberian Sun, I never played all of it, because sadly, you know, by the time I got around to wanting to play it properly and I had the skill to actually be able to complete it, because it's quite difficult, like all the Command & Conquer games, didn't run on modern PCs very well. And then you'll have to pirate it, Rajiv, because that won't be available for sale, I bet you, like these Star Wars similar things. Unless this is a commercial thing I don't know about. Right, does this have gear I need to put up? Oh, it's got skids. So no, it's got skids. It won't have gear. Right. Right. Let's put auto hover on a second while I figure out where I'm going to go. So we want to scout for GDI, don't we? So I reckon we're going to want to scout all the way over here somewhere. But yeah, say like Saint was saying with Myra, personally, even if Myra did have something in for a reasonable price, I don't think they're a company you want to buy from, because you don't want to ever support like their, you know, practice of lying about their stock and how much they overcharge for stuff. Ah, cool, so you're still going to get one. But yeah, I know like the Star Wars ones, you have to know where to find them, lad. Because Disney don't want the free money of a good Star Wars transfer. Aye. You have to try before you buy. See if it's bad or good. And I believe that's sensible as anybody should. CBRN is just the new name for NBC. NBC is nuclear, biological, chemical. CBRN is chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear. And radiological, for all intents and purposes, is just nuclear. And FM12 is definitely CBRN. It's still in production. What do you mean by does the mask need BB rubber? What's BB rubber? FM12s are made from butyl though. And that's the rubber they actually make them from. Ah, yes, all these films, Rajiv, they sound mighty good. These fan restorations. So yeah, this is basically an Apache in terms of I've got an auto cannon on the bottom then. Oh, is that an orca over there? Or is that a banshee? Dun 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 dun. Yeah, it's a GDI orca. Right, we're going to need to shoot that down. Right, how do I target him? There we go. It's T to target, I found out from pissing about with the controls and Googling. That was the thing you could just do with tab in ARMA 2. Oh, they've got a second one coming. Right, shoot that fucking thing then. Right, let's cancel that target if you're just not going to shoot it. Yeah, FM12's a butyl. Or butyl, however you want to pronounce it. Yeah, they restarted production of FM12s, most likely because of the war in Ukraine. It ended a production a few years ago, like, you know, at some point in the 2020s, but they've actually, Avon started making them again, so it's just going to be a case that there's a massive demand for them still. Oh, I've got ACAC. Right, let's fly low. And then I'll reset my marker in a minute. And we're off the map boundary look, so we now have completely untextured map. Or like a single texture. Filters are always harder to breathe through than not breathing through one. Or do you mean it's significantly difficult to breathe through a certain filter? You'll need to give me a bit more information there, right? Right. Let's turn this around. So I'm assuming in the pilot seat I don't have any kind of... No, I don't have any kind of... what do you call it in this? Like, you know, like Hydra style rockets or whatever on right, so there are Nod helicopters, aren't they, all flying around there? The Nod Banshees and our helicopters on return. The Nod bikes, the Nod attack cycles look like dicks from the little radar picture. That's quite funny. They look like a scrotum and a penis just going around the map. Right. Let's go to this place, Land A, and once we get to Land A, let's see where see what's about. Yeah, and I wish there's no way I've tried looking through the colours. I wish you could change the waypoint colour to bright yellow or something, because I find this grey colour is so difficult to see when there's fog or it's against a skyline or something. Like to know what, Grey Man? Your comment didn't show up. Yeah, Avon actually makes stuff, Kyle. There's an Avon US and there's an Avon UK. But I don't think Avon US makes FM12s. I think they just buy the UK built ones. And I think some of the stuff in Avon US is like not made in the UK factories. Oh, that's cool. In-date NBC filters. Yeah, that's pretty good. What is that, like a term just to search for on eBay? I'll have a quick look in a minute. What site or whatever was it? And I'll just give it a Google after the stream. Right, so I'm going to be going that way. Turn the auto hover off now. But yeah, I think part of your comment was hidden by YouTube, and sort of it had a word in they didn't like. Probably if it had a website name, and they're probably stopping you saying other websites now. What, like a physical store, or do they have an online store? But yeah, Kyle, you can get... I know in the US, a lot of US police forces use the FM12. So there might be police ones sold on the surplus. Because there's the Scott M100 or whatever it's called. The mask that Finland also uses under a different designation. And I got that as an ex-US police one. Because it was one where I just otherwise couldn't find any for sale. Right. Let's put auto hover on a minute. I know that's going to make me a sit-in duck for any fighters that may or may not turn up. But if I do manual fire, does that let me do anything? Oh, I can actually switch seats in this one. That's pretty good, because in, I think, the official ARMA 2 ones, you can't switch seats. I know that's a bit realistic, being able to switch seats in a helicopter like this. Be a bit awkward to try and squeeze past each other's seats without hitting the controls, but he's putting us down, look. That's a bit dangerous, we're in bandit country, yeah? Right, there's that little village. Put the thermals on. Is there any life over here? Doesn't look like it. Right, actually, so if I go to the pilot seat, could I just go and capture this village while there's nobody here? Because that'd be quite an easy one to capture. Oh, that's good, Grey Man. Is that Filch one I was on about on another stream when I was like looking through a load of listings? But if so, yeah, like I was saying, the Remploy NBC suits are really nice. Oh, this is a GDI base as well, not a Mujahideen one or a Taliban one or whatever, because it's got a blue flag on it, not the green flag. So, am I in the capture zone here? No, not quite. Will be in a moment. Don't want to wrap my propeller around that flagpole though. No, I still need to get a bit further over. Right, I should do it. Yeah, I believe I am inside that capture radius now. Yeah, if it's for inside the mask, then yes. If it's for outside the mask, those hoods are flash hoods, which is to stop you getting set on fire if you use breaching charges, flash grenade sort of thing. Yeah, Muad'Dib. Well, the Frank Herbert based the Fremen and everything off of like Arabic kind of Lawrence of Arabia, jihadis in the desert kind of stuff. So even though the book was written before the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan, it's that kind of you know, religious crazy mountain men taking out invaders sort of thing. Labels an NBC hood. Though, if otherwise, it could also be the ones where if you have an NBC suit that seals as your around your neck, it might be one of the hoods that's designed so you can put that lower down and then the suit seals around the neck bit. I'm not sure without looking at it. Yeah, I love Dune, but I definitely prefer the David Lynch version. Right, let's go to the next village and see if we can find some GDI scum. Right, hang on, auto hover off. Yeah, that was the one I was looking at before, Greyman. So yeah, thank you. I know exactly who to look up on eBay for that. Because I'm assuming that an oh, there's a vehicle over there. What's that? Auto hover on. Right. What's that we've got over there? Is that a nod or another thing? It looks like it might have red on it, so that would be nod. Oh no, it's yellow. It's GDI. It's GDI. Target him. Target him, gunner. Yeah. Oh, is this? Yeah, we found the GDI base. Look, there's their antenna and there's their stuff. Oh, I've got missile lock. I've got missile lock. I don't know if I can launch flares. Thankfully, it seems my vehicle's actually pretty damn resilient against whatever fairly wimpy anti-air they were shooting at it. Well, the Remploy Britannia suit, whatever it is, yeah, that's basically how a lot of NBC suits are basically like boiler suits, coveralls. That's sort of their thing. Right, auto hover back on to gunner's seat. I don't want to deal with these bastards personally. No, is he landing again? Oh, what? Thank you, stupid co-pilot, for crashing me into the ground. Unless, when that missile hit, I'm actually wondering if, yeah, it might have been that the pilot got killed and I didn't realise. Oh, the gun that was the gunner, so when I put his corpse into the pilot seat, we just immediately crashed. I'm going to bet on that, I reckon. I reckon that's what happened there. Ah, that's interesting, Rajiv, yeah. Yeah, well, I went splat, but we've discovered where the GDI base is. Oh, look, is, are all our units, yeah, that's where I died, look, so yeah, all our units are converging on it now, because the GDI base has been scouted. Right, so, what nod units can I buy that I've not played about with yet? So we've got the Nod Harpy, the Banshee, so that might be quite good, the Banshee, because that's obviously that's the one thing, so that's just literally a bomber, I would guess. Nod Devil's Tongue, that's like a man combine type thing. That might be quite good, but I don't think it really damages buildings. The Stealth Tank is the invisible tank. Nod Mobile... Oh, construction. I thought it said Mobile Crematorium vehicle there, and it made me think of Russia. Nod Tick Tank. The Tick Tanks are the burrowing tanks they have, which is pretty cool. Could try out a Nod Tick Tank. Let's buy a Tick Tank and see if I can make it all the way over there. Because if they just do a couple of bombing runs on the base, it's going to be wiped out pretty damn quickly, that GDI base. Otacom, come in. Snake, do you see all the dicks? That's where you need to go. Dun 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 dun. Right. Where's my tick tank? Where's my tick tank? Might as well order my little buggies over to that area. If they're still alive, slowly running their fuel down somewhere over in the mountains. Yeah. Right. Tick tank, where are you? It says one spawned. And there goes the nod buggy. Yeah, they're quite fast, those nod motorcycles. Not nod buggy. Oh, so there's that's a Banshee. Let's go have a look at it. I could just steal this if there's no driver in it. If they just bought one and not put a driver in it. Is there a pilot in it? Yeah, there's a pilot in it. I can't get in. So yeah, that's very flying saucery looking. Kind of looks like a ladybird as well. I'd rather get the M15 is a much better mask than the Czech masks that Myra sell. But yeah, I don't really know if that's too much or not, because again, if it's got a 20-year shelf life and it's new, so you know it's like within a year or two of being produced and unissued, that is still a very good price for a gas mask. Because bear in mind, they're you know, the surplus prices are quite often when they're quite a bit older, so that might actually be quite a good price for one. Oh, in Command and Conquer, nobody bothers with camo. In Command and Conquer 1, GDI are in bright yellow. It's kind of like they're wearing desert no matter where they are, like desert camo wherever they are. And not have grey urban combat uniforms with like red out streaks on it. Yeah. Nobody's trying to blend in Command and Conquer. Okay, so driver's seat. So can I actually do the tick tank thing in this where it burrows into the ground? Or is that on the gunner's mode? So if I go to the gunner's seat, what are my options? No, I haven't got really any options. So I guess it just functions as a tank in this game. You can't do the thing where it burrows and becomes like where the turret is just the only bit sticking out of the ground kind of thing. Right. Anyway, we were going all the way over there, weren't we? Or I've got my marker. And again, like I said, the stupid markers in ARMA 3 that they decided to make like the worst possible colour for actually seeing where your marker is easily. Where's my marker? There it is. What, first person in this, or was it one of the different views? Because there's first person there, but they've obviously not modelled it properly because I can see my hand. Into tank. I mean, this tank sadly doesn't have like the thing, because some of the tanks... Oh, yeah, there we go, look. It's actually like an invisible cockpit. No worries, like I said, it's just anybody that's into sort of collecting gas masks or stuff to do with gas masks generally hates Myra. Just because, like I said, it's one of those company like Parcel or whatever the other one somebody pointed out to me, where they essentially get masks that aren't that, you know, expensive, and then have a license to resell them at like 4 or 5 times the RRP almost. Because Parcel Safety, that was one where we found some Chinese masks you can buy brand new off AliExpress, but they were selling them for like $200 each. Where, you know, you can buy them for like £20, sort of euros, dollars on AliExpress. Some of them aren't bad masks, but it's just a huge markup these companies do. And Myra also did a load of like disinformation shit where they were trying to say like, oh, this is, you know, if you buy you know, another mask, it's not going to protect you. But like I said, the Czech masks, the Czech Cold War masks are quite nice. It's just the modern Czech masks are just a bit mediocre. Like, you know, they'd save your life. It's just they're not very comfortable. You know, there's some weird design choices on them. Yeah, assume you mean the actual mask, not David. Sorry, David. Assume you mean the mask, not the filter. So, like the mask in the satchel kind of thing. For €50, it's not bad at all. It's just like an S10 that isn't as good, because it's basically a clone of the S10, but with 5 straps, not 6. smaller eyepieces. So like I said, if you can actually get them, you know, like I say, in the Czech Republic or whatever, for that sort of price, yeah, they're not bad at all. I think that was roughly what I paid for mine, for, you know, one that was probably like 10 plus years old, but otherwise in all of its shrink wrap and everything. And yeah, like I said, it's, you know, there's no build quality issues of it other than it's not a great face piece. So it's not going to like fall apart and you're going to die kind of in a gas environment sort of design. It's just, it's less comfortable than a lot of the other masks on the market. Whereas I found the Czech CM4 and that to be a lot more comfortable. Because Myra also do the same Czech company's panoramic mask. And those, because Bots had one and he said it's just like a very meh panoramic mask for that one, you know. Not particularly comfortable, you know, like not a very good voice diaphragm, so your voice is quite fuzzy. Again, it would save your life if you used it for the intents and purposes of it being a gas mask. It's just the prices Myra charged for them, bloody hell. Come on. Oh, this tank doesn't go uphill very well. I should have bought the bloody Banshee, shouldn't I? Not this thing. Oops, I cancelled my marker. Good thing I know roughly where I'm going. Oh no, I didn't cancel my marker. That was like a temporary marker I just did. Wow, 6.7 kilometres to go. At least I think if I get over this mountain, how many more mountains are there? I suppose Takistan is nothing but mountains. I was going to say, then once I get over the crest of this mountain, it won't be too bad, but now I'm in Takistan. So there's nothing but mountains up here. Well, maybe my buggies will get to the GDI base and have some fun hunting GDI. I bet the base will be blown up by the time I get there. Should have bought the Banshee. Look, see, there's a Banshee right up there taking the piss, floating with his little green aura around him, going, "Oh, look how much faster I am than you." And the gunner constantly looking the wrong way is annoying me as well, because that means if we go over the crest of a hill and there's an enemy in front of us, we might get shot before he has time to swivel the turret back around. Oh, there goes another Banshee, look, while I'm slowly moving along. Yeah, I should have bought a Banshee. They look like they're quite easy to fly as well. They look just kind of like UFOs that, you know, you don't need to think too hard about how you're flying them. Right. Hopefully this tank can at least knock down trees when I hit a tree with it. Where else am I on the map? There. In that little foresty section. Yeah, that's doing an alright job. So, Clean Air or Sigma. Yeah, so you can get it even. 40x4 is GOST, isn't it? And 40x1/7 is NATO. So yeah, we'll get whichever one you want, whichever mask you want. Tracy Chapman song. I don't know that song, I'm afraid, Rajiv. Now, I'm hoping this mod might... I think this mod might have added some Command and Conquer maps, so once we've killed GDI, we'll see if there's actually some proper Command and Conquer maps, not, you know, not Afghanistan that I'm playing in, called Takistan. Again, you'll need to... you'll have to remind me of, again, to listen to it when I'm not on the stream, because the problem is with stuff like that so many people go, check out a YouTube clip, check out a song, you know, check out a film, check out a game or whatever. That's the problem I have, that you know, Rajiv, that, even if I remember some of them, I won't remember all the things people have brought up on the stream. Oh, we're cresting a hill again, Oh, what? What just happened? What? Oh, was that the game? The game ended. Alright, we won. Yeah, the base literally did get blown up before I got there. Oh yeah, there's a load of those tick tanks, look, just harassing the GDI base. How many people did I kill? It doesn't say on that screen. Is that leaderboard I want? That doesn't actually say kills, does it? It just says... It's not hard for me to beat a MVP, seeing as I was the only person in the... Right, let's see if there's actually Command and Conquer maps for this, because I think on the mod page it looked like there was Command and Conquer maps. So hopefully there's some sort of game mode I can do on the Command and Conquer maps. Right, okay, so... TG is going to be the maps for this, but unfortunately there's not any missions for them. So if I go to the level editor, let's just go in the level editor and have a look what the Command and Conquer maps look like. Seeing as sadly I was hoping that I could play them in Warfare mode, but obviously they're not recognised by this Warfare mod, because although I can use the units, because any of those work, I can't use that. Right, editor. I wonder if there's any single player missions saying that. Scenarios. No. Right, okay. Editor. So, Desert River, Dueling Islands, Tiberian Valley, or Winter River. Let's try Tiberian Valley, because that will have Tiberian all over all these perhaps probably do if when you say a Mark 1, which mask do you mean by the Mark 1? The World War 1 mask or something else? That do not breathe through the filter in a World War 1 or a World War 2 mask for obvious reasons? Or do you mean like a light anti-gas respirator Mark 1? How do you mean it? Because, so yeah, these are obviously, yeah, maps that are designed, aren't they, for just like playing like an RTS game where you've got lots of so if I play red and then go to nod, where's nod? Oh, it'll be under Tiberian Genesis. Nod vehicles. So, not Tiberian harvester. I've got a brand new Tiberian harvester. Oh, do you mean the light anti-gas respirator? Yeah, don't breathe through the filter in that. If you want a safe filter to breathe through it, get either the 60 to 40mm things for it, or get, I don't want splendid camera, I want to play this map I just went on. See, I don't want this, what? Can't I use my bloody vehicle I just placed down? Turn to editor. Yeah, either use a 60 to 40mm filter converter on them, you can get very cheap on eBay, and put a modern filter on it, or put a finished 60mm filter on. Don't use it with its original filter, they do have asbestos in. Especially like the 1940s, 1950s dated filters. Right, let's just put down a load of random things. And just, I'll put myself down as just a person. And, we want to see what the Banshee did, didn't we? Right, and then if I put myself down as just a Nod infantry, Nod rocket infantry, because I want to see what their thing shoots like. Right, now will it let me actually, will it place me in a thing? Oh, there we go, I'm in the artillery gun. Right. Does this have an artillery computer, this thing? No, it's just one that you aim like that and then shoot, I guess. Right, never mind, we're not going to use that anyway. Eject. Alright, there I go, I'm in my sexy Nod armour. That was the rocket trooper. How do you do, my fellow Nod person? Your backpack doesn't look all that. That looks like the backpack I use at work, just like a Molly laptop bag. I reckon he's an imposter, not trooper. Right, that sorts him out, being an imposter like that. Let's have a look at his rocket launcher. Oh, what? Oh, was there a gunner on one of the vehicles? I'm assuming one of the vehicles had a gunner in it, and then he ended me for killing my comrade. Right, okay, let's get out of this. Oh no, now I can't get in them. Right, I need to place them without people in, don't I? Whoops. So return to Eden Editor, let's place all the vehicles empty. Right, so get rid of you, and you. So that should be the player, the Nod rocket infantry. That's alright, let's set that as player. Then we want for, so Nod turrets. Just put one of those down, I'll let that be manned. Right, so that is like an RTS style turret. Yeah, right, okay, Nod aircraft. And I want to do place vehicles of crew, untick that. So Nod Banshee. Put another one of these. Ooh, Nod laser turrets. Nod obelisk of light. I wonder if you can actually use those manually. Put all these down and give them a try. I think yeah, it was a bit boring. Well, just because the rubber's gone all tight on it, David, or what? But yeah, The British-Danish one, that is after the war, Denmark bought loads of them. That's why the Danish stamps are on them. So they're British World War II masks that Denmark bought post-war. Right, so what's this thing? Is this the Tic Tank? Oh, sorry, Devil's Tongue. Oh yeah, so it is a Flammenwerfer vehicle. But it's a shame we can't make the mangling blade spin around. Right, okay, that's that. Okay, right. The Devil's Tongue. Yeah, that's still a very good price. VM37s are actually quite good masks. Right. So how does the Banshee work then? So holding shift puts it in the air. Then does it just hover at the height it's in? Yeah, so so it works like a helicopter rather than a plane. Yeah, so this functions like a helicopter. Does it even have an auto hover option? Yeah, it does. So for all counts and purposes, this is just a very fancy looking helicopter. So its gun is this plasma mag thing, whatever this is. So I took the auto hover off so I can put my nose down. But yeah, that is a good price for, like I was saying, a VM37. You can breathe without the filter, yeah, just don't use the filter it came with. Assuming it came with the old World War II filter. Oh, that's pretty cool. You can just roll these in the air because of their magic jets. Is that already out of ammo? What's that little object now? Oh, it's like an ejector seat thing. Right. I don't know which one. Assume it would be Rogue Squadron, yeah, because Empire Strikes Back, I assume would be like the first level would be on Hoth, wouldn't it? Right, can I actually get in these turrets, or are they ones that are never designed to have you get in them? I can get in the laser turret as a gunner. That laser sound sounded very familiar. That doo-doo. Well, it's not going to do the sound anymore now. Oh. Do you think he is mad that I am shooting at him? Raise flag. Get out. But can I not get in this one? It'd be a shame if I can't. Because these look like the old buried German like turrets where they used to put the bury a tank turret essentially to make like a little mobile pillbox in. Ooh, the obelisk of light. Open door. Can I actually do anything in here? This is just a little empty concrete room. I was hoping I could shoot the obelisk at light, but maybe it's designed that it's like, you know, just an AI defensive turret thing that you put down like the other one maybe. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting in that. No, I think I'm stuck. Yeah, I think I'm stuck now. Oh well. Yeah, so Command and Conquer maps, I assume, are just for playing multiplayer with other people. Right, so let's quit this one. Actually, just to check, if I put the all the turrets down manned a minute, so let's delete those. Is the obelisk of light? Yes, that's there. So right, if I put place vehicles of crew and put down that, an obelisk of light, and some laser turrets, then can I put groups of GDI down? Tiberian Genesis, GDI infantry. Right, let's make loads of GDI infantry. I'll probably crash the game because ARMA can't manage loads of stuff going on at once. So let's make swarms of GDI infantry and put them on a waypoint to seek and destroy my base. And I imagine they're just going to swarm over it really easily, but I'm interested. Right, play scenario. Look, there they are. Right, can I get in a Tiberian harvester and just run them over? No, I'm not selling my VM37. I've got it somewhere, but no, I'm not selling it. Again, if you know somebody that's selling one for cheap, why aren't you buying it off of them? Seems weird that you say, I know a person's selling it, is that a good price, and then go, oh, you're going to sell yours then? But no, I'm not selling mine. All of those World War II masks I've got, I'm keeping, for definite. Right, how do I get in? I probably paid that sort of money to get it in the first place, 40 to 50 euros, I imagine. I think I imported it, I don't think it was a UK seller that had it for sale. Can I not get in the harvester? Oh, I wanted to get in the harvester. Oh well, I suppose I could try out the tick tank. Is infantry still coming? Any of them still alive? No, we haven't tried the stealth tank yet, have we? Getting it as driver, yep. Yeah, probably be a good idea to wash it before wearing it. That's a good idea with most masks. Especially one that's so old and dusty and has had God knows what's in it. Stank mag, it's called a stank mag apparently. To driver's seat, or was I in a gunner's seat? Can I actually go invisible with this? Or not? So it's not a very good stealth tank in this game if it's just a conventional tank. To gunner's seat. Oh, it shoots rockets. Very good. Oh, it has got a cloak function. Oh yeah, look, I'm an invisible tank. So I have no idea where I'm going. Oh, there's still a lot of them over there. Uncloak. Dun dun dun. I like that this mod has Command and Conquer screams when you run them over. Oh, so many exploding frisbees. I suppose when you're cloaked, you're probably meant to use it like this, aren't you? Just in first person, yeah. I want to get in that harvest now. I want to combine harvest people. I've got a brand new Tiberian harvester. So you can't actually get out of that without uncloaking it. Yeah, is there definitely no way I can get in? Is it just like one of those ones where I have to look at a very specific... So I can raise a flag. Is there no door to this thing? I mean, you'd expect the cab to be the bit at the front. Unless they're meant to be automated. Now let's go get the tick tank. Not the tick tank, the flame thing. No, Kayab was saying about the mask he's got. If you want to use it for long term though, put good quality silicone lubricant on it and it'll keep the rubber as kind of fresh as it's going to stay. Right. I've got the flam and the tank. There's still loads and loads of them down there. Apparently that green goo isn't hurting them. Ooh, space to submerge. Hang on. Oh, so can I use... Oh, I can put the mincy things on. Oh. Was that only working... Hang on. Oh, cool. So I can move around under the ground using this tank. Faster than it actually goes above ground. Right, okay, that's a bit weird. It's a bit weird that I can't aim the flamethrowers properly and oh, I've got discs flying at me again. The Joel has an S10 though. But yeah, it's a British mask regardless, but yeah. Oh, hello. The flames on here do not seem very efficient. Probably because you can't actually aim them. So in this proper gun mode, you can't actually aim up and down, which seems really stupid. Unless there's a lock-on button when you're in this mode. Oh, hang on. Look at that. Is that because I'm meant to lock onto them? So it tells me they're there, but... Seems very strange I can't lock on... Oh, it's trying to lock onto that guy over there. Okay, so maybe there is a lock-on thing. Okay, how do I cycle through targets then with it? I guess R and T, but I need it to actually... Oh, that guy just got friendly fired. Do the fire jets converge on that spot? No, the crosshair's a bit crap. It's better aiming just like this. Even then the fire's bloody useless on this thing. It's easier just to ram into people with a big mincing bit on it. Yeah, you should be able to get for a S10 or an FM12 for way less than €230. But again, it depends where you are, because obviously, yeah, because the S10 was a British mask, they generally sold quite a lot cheaper over here than in other countries. But lots of European countries use the FM12, so that should still be quite affordable in a lot of European countries. I mean, I can't see there's black smoke in a way. Right, there's barely any GDI troops left. Some apparently straight ahead of me. Yeah, there we go. There's apparently some hiding in the tunnel still, and I'll go around and run over the last of them. What do you mean I have a similar mask but cheap? There's, like we were on about, there's the S10 rip-off the Czech Republic did, the one that Myra sell for stupid amounts of money, the OM90. You can get that for about €50 or whatever. There's also the Chinese FMJ08, which is quite literally an S10 clone with a couple of very minor differences. Kane lives in death. Kane lives in death. Right. There's still apparently some guys alive down here. There's one. Is that one there? Still alive? Where's the last one then? That's... Oh, he's run off. Right, is that finally all of them? Right, I think that's finally all of them. Yeah, but yeah, it turns out they didn't get very far at all because the base turrets just basically constantly held them back. However, I wonder if I then go to the GDI team base, just put over there. What good GDI vehicles are there to try out? I did play GDI as well briefly earlier, not on stream, but so as GDI I should be able to get the what was that AP? GDI Mammoth. That looks kind of good. So that's like an 80-80. So I'm just going to delete my player character from over there. Let's see if I can make myself one of the crew on this. Okay, I don't know which one of these is the one where you can actually access the crew on it. Will I just delete it and replace it, and will it put me as one of the crew? Oh yeah, I think I'm one of the crew now. Right, good. Right, let's try this thing out then. Yeah, let's order it to just go in, attack the base over there. I'm the gunner apparently, so yeah, I get the thing. So I have a SAM mag, whatever that is. I know SAM is normally surface to air missile. Ah, so there's different seats for different guns. Okay, to machine guns, front seat to rail guns, left seat to rail gun, right seat to searchlight seat. Searchlight seat do anything? Seems a bit pointless, a searchlight seat. Oh, I've got control of the searchlight. I'm very important. I haven't got any rain where I am yet, Rajiv. Right, okay. Let's try one of the railgun seats. Yeah, that looks like a more useful weapon than a searchlight. Oh, what? They're pretty similar. I mean, a guy called Baroque for Days did a list of what all of the ones are very, very specifically. Because I think actually the ones I thought were a Mark II aren't actually a Mark II. Like, there's a few, like, you know, prototype ones before that version. But yeah, if it has a little, like, nipply looking voice diaphragm thing in the middle, that's the later model one. The early model World War II style one is the one that doesn't have a voice diaphragm on it. Right, I hope this guy doesn't trample all our troops to death. Or it's walking in a circle. Oh my god, what is the driver doing? Alright, I'm just going to go to the driver's seat. Right, let's go around these guys so I don't squish all of them, and then get shot for like, what do you call it? No point in you wasting your ammo. Let's get to where you can actually see the targets before you start shooting. Without the voice diaphragms, the first style one. So it's the first style. If it doesn't have a voice diaphragm, it's the earlier World War II style one. If it's got the voice diaphragm, it's sort of the early Cold War one, like the one from the 40s and 50s. Yeah, this thing's pretty good. Like I said, you need to get what's called a 60 to 40mm converter to use it with very modern filters. If not, get a Finnish 60mm filter, as in the ones Finland used up until the 1990s, because they stuck with their 60mm mask up until 1990 odd. So just search on eBay or wherever equivalent for either a 60 to 40mm gas mask filter adapter or get a Finnish 60mm filter. One or the other. So is this particular gun a the machine gun thing? Oh, I see. So the SAM is normally surface to air missile, but this is just surface to whatever, because surface to surface is this, and then if there was a flying vehicle, then that would be SAM, wouldn't it? Oh, it's one of those cool. It goes where you're looking. It's like a sack loss missile. Can it lock onto stuff? No. Yeah, I think this GDI Walker's pretty good. Well, breathing through an expired foot, if it's really, really expired, it means it just won't work. If it's expired but in good condition and has been sealed properly, it might still even work. If it's expired and damaged, you could potentially breathe in what's in the filter, but Finnish ones don't have asbestos in, they use the paper particulate filter. But you still don't want to be breathing in charcoal and other stuff anyway. But, you know, that's why, like I said, a 60 to 40mm filter adapter. Then if you wanted to, you could stick completely brand new filters on that mask. Right, yeah, my good stompy machine was quite good then. Right, that will do me for streaming today. Because, yeah, I wasn't planning on going on as long, and I had to come on later today anyway, just because of stuff going on. Right, have a good evening, everybody, and I'm going to try and get a stream in tomorrow and Friday, but after that, because I'm going to Germany and everything, I probably won't be streaming or doing any videos for a while. If I can do a stream randomly from a hotel on the Wi-Fi, or whatever, over there, I might do a stream while I'm away. Might hopefully be able to film some interesting stuff on my phone, potentially for YouTube Shorts. But I'm certainly not using mobile data while I'm away and paying like loads of money for mobile data, because while I'm away I don't think I get I don't know what the rules are on European like mobile data usage. If is covered or not covered, but I'll find out when I'm there. But like I said, I'm not paying for like a mobile phone usage package while I'm just away and about, you know. Anyway, have a good day everybody, and I will see you all hopefully tomorrow for a stream, and there's a video I want to do on that flashlight tomorrow as well. Right, see you all, goodbye.